Hey everybody, it's B Diz the Rockstar, part of SuperObvious. In this video, we're talking about Melissa Barrera rejecting Spyglass to rehire her for Scream 7. Let's go.
I'll be right back!
Hello, Detective Banks.
Come and get it!
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
So quick recap, if you haven't kept up with the news regarding Scream 7 being in the works, you know Melissa Barrera was fired by Spyglass regarding her voicing out on social media. Since then, out of support, Jenna Ortega also left 7 but said it was because of her conflicting filming schedule. There was also Mason Gooding and Jasmine Savoy Brown talk about them leaving the movie as well in support to Melissa because all the actors are close in real life. So this leaves 7 with no core 4 that the last 2 movies spent building up with the franchise going forward. So since then, the only options the studios had is rebooting the whole franchise, which is a huge gamble. Recreating the whole franchise just for fans to reject it, especially when us hardcore fans know the truth and why this is happening. Rewriting the whole franchise from scratch would be jarring for sure. The only thing is that the studios could reach out to Nev to return as Sidney Prescott, who was the original final girl for all the movies besides 6, when the studios weren't going to pay Nev what she thought was fair since the franchise was built on her character. The studios could have contacted Nev to speak financial and or creative terms for 7. Nah, you did me dirty in Scream 6, now you're desperate for me to return because you have no lead. It's not even about the money anymore, it's about the principle, so kiss my ass. So if that's the case, what does the studio do? They have no choice but to go back to Melissa and try to do some kind of quote-unquote apology and admit the severe actions they took because of what Melissa said online, and firing her was extreme. Nev deciding to be the bigger person or not is the same as the situation with Melissa. She could accept the studio is basically on their hands and knees and begging but trying to make it seem like they aren't. Plus, I would not be surprised if Spyglass is trying to tiptoe around the situation and basically say every word except "I'm sorry." I talk about this more in a previous video, so check it out. Either way, Spyglass was stupid for firing your lead in your franchise. And what's even more stupid, I would not be surprised out of the whole Spyglass company if the decision to fire Melissa was by the choice of just 1 or 2 people really high up in the company, and people below them were scared to honestly speak on their opinion on how it's a bad idea. We will catch backlash and we're going to look like freaking idiots when we have to crawl back on our hands and knees, apologize to Melissa, pray to God that Melissa is willing to return, and we're going to look like a bunch of chumps because the whole world is going to know about this. I feel that the reputation of Spyglass definitely has some cracks in it now. See what I did there? I feel the situation with Spyglass not wanting to pay Nev for 6 shows the studio is cheap when the movie made $169 million, and then firing Melissa for speaking out online. It shows how Spyglass has not learned from their mistakes, and at least there is a really bad management problem in the higher ups in the company, and we all know about it. Plus, Spyglass is still trying to manipulate the situation and still be in control of everything, even though they are the ones that fucked up and are desperate to fix their mess and make it seem like they did nothing wrong, which is so whack. The news with Melissa rejecting Spyglass to return as Sam and all the actors supporting her by not returning with her, and if Nev doesn't want to do the movie, this could be the final nail in the coffin for Scream 7 or the franchise as a whole. I have a previous video talking about this in detail, so check it out. As of recording this video, I feel Scream 7 is screwed at this point. If Sam and the core 4 aren't in it, and Sidney Prescott isn't in it, they have no movie. If Sid returns, I have a Scream 7 Part 1 video explaining the script in detail, so check it out. Even though Gail has been in every single Scream movie, I feel like her being the main character and final girl for 7 will have the movie feeling pretty empty in points, and the viewers, especially hardcore fans, will notice for sure. I do have a video talking about some story elements for Gail in the story for 7, but it can't be the foundation of 7. And as far as Kirby, she still has a lot of story arc to develop, only being in 4 and 6, but I feel like she can't lead the movie either. And like I said earlier, this reboot thing would be jarring because the core 4 still have so much story that's in the works. Sam possibly going full psycho, her relationship with Danny, Tara and Chad being a couple, what happens with Gail, what happens with Kirby, and even Sam and Tara's mom. These are all big plot points in the Scream universe that are in the works and can't just abruptly end without us being shown the story behind it. If Scream 7 was supposed to be the last movie in the franchise, then maybe, and maybe, several years down the road, a reboot could happen where Scream fans could be excited for their franchise in a new direction again. But the story for our current characters has to feel like it has an ending that made sense and didn't just waste everyone's time and emotional investment. But yeah, that's the video. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Melissa Barrera rejecting Spyglass trying to get her to return for Scream 7. Do you want her to ignore how she was treated and return, or make Spyglass suffer for being such assholes just like they did with Nev and 6? Would you support a reboot for Scream if Spyglass had no other choice because they fucked everything up with their main actresses? Like and share the video, subscribe, tell other Scream fans to support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Totally for sure.